Good morning, everyone. Welcome to River City Plus, the show after the show, the River City After Party, where we get to have a deep dive conversation into locals who are making a large difference. And today I am joined by Jenny and Anna from United Row. And these ladies have just completed a truly life-changing and spectacular feat. Jenny, do you want to kick us off and just tell everyone exactly what United Row is and what you crossed recently?
Yeah, so we are Team United Row, and we just completed a 2,800-mile row from Monterey Bay, California to Kauai, Hawaii. So it was fully self-supported. The expedition took 47 days, and we completed it as the youngest pair to ever do this crossing. Truly a life-changing adventure, highs and lows beyond what you could possibly imagine, but really grateful to have had the opportunity and to have also been able to raise money for our nonprofit United Row Corp as we completed this challenge.
So something truly unique. I mean, you're seeing video here, like these girls are out here on the water on your own, like with you and your GoPro. So to me, this is something truly unique. And when Jenny and I first spoke, obviously my first question was, why in the world are we doing this? So I was like, they have cruise ships and planes and all sorts of things that can take you. But she was explaining to me this mission. So my first question to you is, how do you find a teammate like Anna who, A, that you can tolerate on the high seas for this many days, but also to do all the training that goes into it? Anna, what did that look like for you too?
Yeah, so you mentioned there are planes that can take you to Hawaii. And those are some thoughts that we actually had when we were out there. You see them overhead and you're like, gosh, that would be a lot faster of a trip. But it is the challenge of a lifetime. And it's actually not just 47 days. It takes 2.5 years of preparation just to get to the start line. And so Jenny and I have spent a lot of time together in that buildup, preparing our boat, preparing our mind and our bodies for this long, arduous trip. But you're pretty much, as Jenny likes to put it, stuck in a utility closet with a person for over a month, and you don't see any other human beings. You don't talk to anyone else really. Maybe a few calls here and there on your satellite phone, but they cut in and out. So it's really hard to communicate with anyone else. And you just have to get through those hardships together and realize that you really only have each other out there. So try and keep the morale high. One of the things we did to do that was actually create alter egos, where we kind of came out and, had a bit of fun, made some jokes and put on some funny accents, things like that. But it is brutal out there. So whatever you can do to keep your spirits high, it means a lot.
You use the word brutal, and I think that's such a visceral word and something that truly does identify with some of the things that you ladies went through out there. So I really do want to understand for both of you, what is the why behind your row? Jenny, if you want to start.
For me, the why is really just putting yourself in a situation where you're challenged and you're empowered and seeing what you can do. Anna and I are two very ordinary people. We have day jobs, and to have this goal that's so much bigger than yourself, something beyond what you think you can do, is really empowering, and just tackling it day in and day out. And then being able to achieve that goal, I think you gain so much. And Anna and I, we hope that if we can inspire even just one girl to go out and chase that dream, whatever it might be, heck, it might not be rowing an ocean, but whatever it might be, to go after that and set your mind to it and chase it, that's really my why. And then just, experience is the best teacher. So you can teach me, I can read a book about leadership, I can read a book about perseverance, I can read a book about grit. But until you're in those situations, that's when you really gain that strength, and that's where you become that leader and you become that, gain that mental toughness.
So when you ladies were out there, and I'm just, again, looking at these videos and I'm just in awe of you both, because Jenny and I have been working on trying to get this interview together for a while, but we couldn't really see anything. And so now it's interesting to see what you actually went through. So I'm happy to have this conversation now. When you're out there, were there days where you were just like, if I have to wake up to this girl one more day, I'm going to just throw her overboard? Like, how do you get through those pits that inevitably happen when it's just you in a boat out there?
Yeah, like Anna said, you're basically, imagine spending 47 days in your utility closet.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Think about,
Thank you. I grew up with sisters and it was bad enough in a house. I can't imagine being on the water with no one else around me.
yeah, think about what you would bring, what you wouldn't bring. That boat is essentially our home, and everything we need to survive is on that boat. So we're really very deliberate and about what we bring and what we don't bring on that boat. And we live quite simply. We live basically trying to maximize our time on the oars. So reducing everything that's not rowing. We have 2 solar panels on board, and those solar panels power our batteries, which then power our navigation equipment and our water maker. We have a small cabin and the stern and the bow of the boat. The one in the bow is for storage, and the one in the stern is our sleeping quarters. And that, if you can imagine laying down in your bathtub and putting a bathtub on top of you, that's about the size of that sleeping quarter. And then we have a bucket for a toilet, and we have a bucket for a shower. Luckily, they are different buckets. Try not to get those mixed up.
Right.
But really just living quite simply. And like Anna said, there's highs and there's lows and there's stressful situations, and we're in that situation together. So just keeping the morale as high as we can, and knowing how to be an empathetic teammate, and knowing how to, respond appropriately to your teammate. You learn a lot about each other. You're the most raw version of yourself out there. You're going to the bathroom 3 feet in front of your teammate. You're sleeping in the same bathtub-sized cabin. So you share everything, and you learn to draw on each other's strengths. And I think that's really important out there.
Yeah. Anna, when it came to creating this team, I love that you talked about some of the true just logistics. One video that I actually got sent when Jenny was sending me some of the assets was naked and not afraid. So, you want to talk about just pure nature out there. Like, what were some of those just actual snapshots like for you ladies?
Naked and not afraid was a quote we said every single day. And most of the time, I think we were naked and afraid. But, mentally, you just have to tell yourself, we are not afraid. We've got this. We're strong. We're independent. We are a team. We're united. And whatever obstacles we face out there, we're going to overcome them together. But yeah, being out there, it is extremely different to anything on land. If we ran out of food, we wouldn't be able to just go to the local grocery store and pick up new supplies. It's fully self-supported. That's actually why we got a world record, is because we did cross fully self-supported. And a lot of the times when we're out there, you're wondering, why on earth am I here? I could be at home in the comfort of my own bed, doing something, sitting on the couch, having a nice Chinese takeaway, whatever it is. But it was truly the challenge of a lifetime. And one of the biggest, most shocking experiences was, as you said, wildlife. We actually didn't encounter, beautiful, vibrant marine life. We were expecting to see whales and dolphins and turtles, but instead we were rowing through a lot of plastic. The Great Pacific Garbage Patch, a lot of ropes and nets. And I think this really opened our eyes to, wow, this is what we are facing on our planet. And we've come back both kind of being changed in that sense of not going to the grocery store and taking all the plastic bags, instead being reusable and recycling and bringing our own bags, because we were literally rowing through rubbish at times.
Wow.
Which you don't really think about it too much. You're like, it goes somewhere,
right.
But you don't think where, and unfortunately in our oceans.
So were there any other things that you felt you brought back with you? Like you said, that was one thing that you didn't expect that just changed within you now that you're back on land.
Another thing was, so 4 years ago, I actually rowed across the Atlantic Ocean with my brother.
You're just a glutton for punishment, aren't you?
And yeah, which was definitely part of that passion to, onboard Jenny for United Row and do this dream together. But another lesson that we both kind of brought back to life was just the importance of slowing down. In day-to-day, we're so busy, we're so fast all the time. We're constantly thinking, what's the next thing we need to do? Let's check our phone for notifications. But out there, we were isolated from any of those notifications. And in a way, it was almost peaceful. So when the winds weren't very strong, unfortunately, we were forced to really slow down. And as much as we were yelling at the weather saying, come on, wind, come on, waves, like we want to go faster, because because that really helped us in speed. We couldn't change that. It was out of our control. So the only things we could control were our mindset and change our attitude and think, okay, you know what? I'm forced to slow down today. And instead, I'm going to meditate, pray, whatever it takes. See.
I love hearing that. And Jenny, I'd love to hear from you too. The nonprofit, like just the fact that I think, obviously you're seeing their shirts, there's a British and an American flag on here, like bringing two very different people together for one cause that's also backed by something philanthropic. Like, what does that look like for you two?
Yeah, so when we set out on this journey, we knew there was that personal aspect of it, of just challenging ourselves, setting a big goal and going out and achieving it. But we really wanted to have an impact larger than ourselves. So we launched our nonprofit, United Row Corp. And the word united really just brings together what we're all about, united as teammates, united across nations, united with our cause. And we have two missions. One is to create the resources and opportunities for other girls and women in sports leadership and education. So Anna and I were both fortunate to have attended Clemson University.
Go Tigers.
And go Tigers, and got our education as well as athletic, being able to row on the rowing team there. So that had a really positive impact in our lives, and we hope to create those opportunities for other girls as well. And then also preserving and protecting our oceans. So as we were preparing for this campaign, it became more and more apparent how our generation is impacting our oceans. And even on the row itself, even visibly more apparent as we're rowing through the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. So we're really passionate about these two different but exciting missions, and all the money that we raise beyond supporting the expenses of the row itself do go towards achieving these missions.
When we say girls supporting girls, this is what it looks like, paving the way for the next generation, for the next girl that has a big dream, that wants to do big things. Now, Simone Biles did say during the Olympics, you got to quit asking people what they're doing after they win a gold medal, but I am going to contradict her point just a little bit. 30 seconds before we go. Ladies, what is on the horizon for you, and how can we support you?
I think just seeing where life takes me at the moment, I definitely have a knack for adventure and for challenge, but I do need to get back to work, so
right.
There'll be a little bit of time before that. But I think this whole experience was so empowering and so humbling, and I'm so gracious to have had the opportunity to chase it. So I think not only just chasing my own goals, but hopefully helping other girls chase their goals as well.
Fantastic. Anna, how about you?
And for me, unfortunately, when I returned back to land, reality hits. But my first day back at work, I actually got laid off. So that was a challenge in itself. But I'm just so excited to, channel that energy now into finishing my book and also doing some public speaking endeavors with United Row. So for anyone out there who would like us to come to their school, their church, their company, there's so many ways we can relate what we've just done and inspire others to learn a lot of those lessons that we learned and faced out there at sea. So we're excited for the next adventures together.
Yes. Well, I'm excited for us to stay connected with you here on River City Live and River City Plus. We will definitely be hearing more from these ladies as they continue to change the world and they continue to take on great challenges. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Everyone, will be back with you Monday morning, 9:30 for River City Live and 10:15 for River City Plus.